But no, they're priced in such a way that it will not create hoarding, will not create a rush. This isn't given away. It's not a nickel buys you a $10 gift. Folks have to put a bicycle in layaway, and pay $2 a week coming up to Christmas. These are real purchases. And so this is market. This is allowing the poor access to the market, affordability. And if they don't have the money, it creates opportunities for jobs where they can earn the money. So it's a legitimate economy, not an artificial one. If it's an artificial one, then you have to guard against people using it. That's the difference. I wish I could answer the question that this lady was asking.
Hi, I have a question. I'm a new program here in the area, and we work with women that are re-entering society. We are total believers of developmental programs. But our problem is trying to get funding because we're new, and we're teaching life skills, and we want them to have work and all that, but it's trying to get funding. And because we are faith-based, a lot of people can't really apply for a lot of grant funding. So.
You have asked a very significant question because the lady with the mic is working with the city for a program to address that very thing. So I think the days ahead for those doing frontline development work are bright days.
Dr.
The mayor's here. I just go home.
Dr. Lupton,
sir.
I actually read your book cover to cover, word for word. Thought it was a paradigm shift. And there are huge forces in this country that are going to have to be fought for it to be effective, particularly, frankly, not within the churches, but within the secular world.
Sure.
Right,
yeah,
of course. Would you just go over, because I didn't hear you say it, and it was in your book, the length of time one would expect to go from a entry into a community, perhaps where you're doing crisis work, to you have established, thriving development community with the co-ops. Because people have to understand, as I learned in your book, this is not a short-term commitment.
That's a very good point, yeah. You're talking about community transformation. That's different from service providing. Some of us are in service providing agencies. Your food program is service providing, not community development. But community transformation is, I believe, where the permanent solutions lie. When the neighborhoods in which people live become healthy places for children to grow up, we've won a lot of battles. And in order for a community to be transformed, to be a healthy place once again, we consider that a minimum of a decade process until you see measurable results where people are not looking for a way to get out of the community, but thinking about sinking their roots in the community. Yeah, it's a decade-long process. Probably the most exciting work that I've ever been involved in. But one that is a long-term commitment. Yeah. Thanks for asking that.
Thank you very much. I hear you.
Thank you, sir.
For us to continue to do things like we used to do and expect different results is the definition for insanity.
And we don't want to be Christian.
No, let's just be frank. I've been on about 13 mission trips to third world countries. Just got back from Haiti.
You've seen it.
Right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
A lot of missionaries go just to look around and see and say, oh, You have to immerse yourself in the culture.
Yes, sir.
Right on the back of the truck, and lay the people down for medical attention under trees and hang up the bag on the tree limbs. We could get going here and talk a long time, but the point I'm trying to make is, let's not let this meeting be for a moment. What I mean by that, you have come, you shared your life, you stimulated us, and it's a God calling. And I know that, like the gentleman said back there, we're going to have to do something about this over time. With all the minds in here, I imagine there's so many of us in here who stand up and just talk for 30 minutes or better. I know I can't, turn the other way. But that's not necessary now. We need to make sure that we build on what we've established today, tonight. Don't let it go away, community. Please.
Thank you for that. And we talked about this earlier. That's a beautiful segue.
It is a segue, and we're going to keep the questions going for Bob, but I want to address what you mentioned and the gentleman back here mentioned. My name is Mary Jeffcoat. I have been retained by the city and the county to help better coordinate services being offered to the homeless within the city limits of Myrtle Beach. So a lot of you have not been invited to be a part of that process yet. We've had the Waccamaw Community Foundation involved, the Chapin Foundation involved, but the city decided to start small. And when we started, it was 60 organizations. Well, you can imagine what we're dealing with. What we hope will happen at the end of tonight, if you are interested in continuing this conversation, we're going to provide another forum for people to get together. Because what has to happen in our community, this paradigm shift, has to be service providers. How many are service providers in this room? Right? All right, how many people are involved with churches and ministries? Great. How many people serve on boards of service providers? We have the ability in this room to change the paradigm in Ward County because we have everybody at the table. So what I'm going to let you continue to ask Bob questions, but I want you to know that at the end of tonight, I'm going to get back up and we're going to try to figure out a process where we can keep this discussion moving so that at the end of maybe a year, we'll be able to say, you know what, we've started the paradigm shift. So that's just a little commercial so that now we'll continue with Bob's question.